When you activate and do this work on and in yourself to raise up your Kundalini serpent fire power up through your body to your crown to be crowned so that you're sitting on the throne of your power, of your purpose, and of your pussy, okay? You become a dangerous woman. Don't need permission, made my decision to test my limits. What? I was just jamming to Ariana Grande. You make me feel like a dangerous woman. Something about you. Listen. When you do this work in and on yourself to raise up your serpent, dragon, fire, Kundalini energy up to your crown, baby, you become a dangerous woman. You become a dangerous woman for so many reasons. One of those reasons is you become a dangerous woman because you're so fucking authentic and aligned in your power and in your purpose and who and what you are, that your presence, you merely showing up, calls out the fakes. It calls out the moles in the camp. Okay? You activating in your power makes you a dangerous woman because when you show up, when you show up, there are no more games. The fake ones can't stick around. You're coming in like Kali and you're slicing shit up. You are reestablishing order. When you activate, you become a dangerous woman. But let me tell you why. Welcome to Alchemity, because turning pain into power is sexy. I am your host and creator of this colony and the many colonies we're building around our globe, hell, around our galaxies at this point. I am your queen bee, Ms. Burgess. If you're nasty, listen, let's get into this message. Shouts out to those of you who are newly subscribed here. Listen, this is your home. Make no mistake about it. Welcome home. For those of you who have been subscribed here for some time, thank you. Thank you for trusting me with the wisdom and the knowledge that I share with you. I'm so glad that we found each other again in this life. This is your colony. This is your home. Shouts out to all of my members over on patreon.com/alchemity. I see you. I appreciate you. We have such a good time over there talking about, we are very transparent over on patreon.com. So if you are one of the ones that like deeper, yummy, juicy, delicious deep dives as it relates to your power, your purpose through your pussy, then you want to become a member over on Patreon. On Patreon, that's where a lot of my explicit content, photos, videos, and articles are. So if you like the deeper dives, become a member over there. Let's get into this message, y'all. Listen. You make me feel like a dangerous woman. Something about you makes me wanna do things that I shouldn't. Listen, that Ariana Grande song. Okay, listen. Let me keep it PG for YouTube. Again, if you want a deeper dive, join me over on Patreon. There will be a part 2 to the Dangerous Woman episode. When you activate and do this work in and on yourself to raise up your Kundalini serpent fire power, okay, you become a dangerous woman. Now, as you know, on the journey of alchemists, activated ones, and chosen ones, part of turning our pain into power is looking shit up, right? Getting a shifted perspective about what something means before we just have our summations about it, okay? We've got to look things up to get a deeper meaning. And so Spirit guided me to look this word up, Dangerous woman refers to, obviously, the Ariana Grande song. What's this message coming through? Get out of here. Okay. The Ariana Grande song and album, meaning someone who is fearless, honest, and powerful, someone who owns her strength and sexuality. Okay. The term can also have a negative connotation, as everything does, such as a woman who can be manipulative, attractive enough to take advantage of someone, or emotionally damaging. Now, let's get to the first part of this, okay? As we know, actually, Spirit is wanting me to start right here. As we know, power is power. How you use it depends on your emotional intelligence and your mental health. Obviously, there have been tons of dangerous women and men who have used their power to destroy, right? Just like the whole idea of sex as a weapon coming into play, right? People using the power of their kundalini, of their serpent dragon, right? Their kitty power, their phallic cock power to try to manipulate, try to pussy whip, try to dick whip somebody. Listen, that's not what we're talking about. Let me tell you something. This energy has evolved so much so that you can't even awaken it in yourself anymore to do any type of manipulation with it. But you can't awaken it in you anymore unless you have done the mental, spiritual, energetic, and emotional work on yourself. Unless you are able to reach a vibrational frequency to commune with this type of power, the serpent is wise. The serpent is wise, and it's become so wise, it has evolved in its wisdom so much so that it will not even rise up to help you. You can't even charm your serpent to rise up and activate and help you unless you are at a vibrational frequency to charm it. Charming your kundalini serpent energy, your fire, your power, meaning raising up your gifts, your abilities, your spiritual abilities, your confidence, your magnetism, your purpose, your power. You won't be able to raise anything up unless you reach a vibrational frequency to do so. And the only way you're able to reach that vibrational frequency is if you have done and continue to do the work on and in yourself to refine your emotional intelligence and your mental health. The problem that we've had in the world is not that women aren't in their power, but you had women accessing a power that they weren't ready for. It's like giving a loaded gun to a motherfucking chimpanzee. Okay? I can't even say giving a loaded gun to a child. Even children are more intelligent. Even chimpanzees are more intelligent. But it's like giving a loaded gun to a newborn chimpanzee. Y'all ever seen the monkeys in Bali? Them are the most hood gangster monkeys I have ever seen in my life. Okay? They will rob you. They will jump you. They will, listen, it's like giving a loaded gun to one of those in Bali. Okay? So when you do this work in and on yourself, okay, to raise up your kundalini serpent fire power, and you've reached that vibrational frequency, okay, your serpent kundalini power and energy through your pussy makes you a dangerous woman. Okay, dangerous meaning someone who is fearless, honest, powerful individual who owns her strength and her sexuality. Now, as you all know, this is our community because turning pain into power is sexy. Those of you that know, you know, I'm also a certified sexuality educator. Okay. This is what we talk about here, your sexuality and sensuality as it relates to your personal development, your mental health, your emotional intelligence, healing yourself through your root chakra, raising that power up. Okay. I remember one day my sister sent me a beautiful message. It was a couple of years ago. And she says, "Sis, I'm so proud of you. I love you. Continue to be dangerous." And I didn't know what she meant by that. I was like, what does she mean by dangerous? And I was like, "Sis, why you say dangerous?" Because I didn't understand it. And she said, "Look it up." And I looked it up a couple years ago in what we would consider the Urban Dictionary. And it refers to a woman who's in her power. Whatever your power is, okay? Whatever your gifts, your skills, your talents, your abilities are, you are a woman who is dangerous. Now, Spirit is wanting me to share that what makes you dangerous, okay, is the fact that you're in your gifts and your powers and your skills. But what also makes you dangerous is that you're in your authenticity. You're so much in your power and in your purpose that when you enter certain spaces, certain jobs, certain rooms, okay, your mere presence calls out the fakes. The fakes can no longer exist when you show up, because now people who couldn't tell the difference between the real and the fake, and we are in the Aquarian age, so those things that are fake are being carved out anyway. But this is why it's so powerful and amazing that you are coming into who and what you are now in this Aquarian age. Us activating is so in alignment with the Aquarian age. We need it to activate right now. This is divine alignment, because you activating the Aquarian age is supporting our activations into our powers and our purpose and our pussy, right? The Aquarian age is the age of knowledge and wisdom. So those things that were lies and hidden and swept under the rugs, those things are being called out. And so those things are being called out through you, because you're an activated alchemist and chosen one. This is what makes you dangerous. And so when you show up in certain rooms, you are calling out the fakes. You are calling out the moles. People have something to compare your authenticity to and the fakeness that they've been experiencing the entire time. When you show up, people can get a glimpse of what's real. They see the polarity between who and what you are and who and what other people are that have been holding certain positions that they're not going to hold anymore because you've shown up. You showing up is removing people out of positions of power. People who didn't deserve to be there in the first place. This is why, and this is what makes you dangerous. You're dangerous to the status quo. Okay. You're dangerous to the ones, again, who've been in positions of power who don't deserve to be there. To them, you show up, you are a threat. What also makes you dangerous, and the reason this makes you a threat, is because you have the power of influence as an activated alchemist and chosen one. Your power influences people. You influence people to do better, to be better, to walk better, talk better, look better. You are a dangerous woman, because you are in your power and in your purpose. Are you hearing me? Going back to the definition, someone who is fearless, honest, and powerful. Again, talking about that authenticity and powerful. One who owns her strength and sexuality. Now, when we hear strength, when it comes to women, I think the world automatically imagines women who are like burning our bras in the street and are angry at men and all this kind of shit. That's not what the feminine strength is. Okay, when you're an activated chosen one in your power, in your purpose, through your pussy, you becoming a dangerous woman in your strength means your gifts, your skills, your abilities, your talents. Okay. Your strengths are what you offer the world through your gifts. Okay. Your strengths may be, again, I've mentioned this before, your strengths may be that you are a singer and you influence people through your singing. Ariana Grande. She's a dangerous woman. Her strength is in her music. Her strength is in her lyrics, what she writes. The lyrics of this song is so powerful. But let me go to the lyrics. But the fact that you can sing and write music that can influence people, that is your strength. And that is what makes you dangerous. I'm dangerous because I have the influence. I have the power to influence people by the things that I write and speak about, right? This makes me dangerous. This is my strength, and this makes me dangerous. It makes me dangerous to the status quo. It makes me dangerous. It makes you dangerous to old ways of living, traditions. Makes you dangerous to religious doctrine. It makes you dangerous to certain, because I'm in my mind, I'm hearing certain cultures where women are made to be voiceless, right? So when you show up, your strength is in you advocating for these women. Maybe some of you are humanitarians, or I don't know, some form of some form of humanitarian. And so when you show up, you're dangerous to the status quo because you are helping set women free. You're helping them come into their confidence. You're helping them activate their throat chakra to speak their truths. This makes you dangerous to that status quo, right? Going to the lyrics of Dangerous Woman, it says, the first verse in and of itself. It says, don't need permission, made my decision to test my limits. We're going to break some stuff down over on Patreon, but testing your limits, especially as it relates to you being activated in your sensual and sexual energy. Now, remember, I don't teach sex, okay? I inform on sexuality, which is fundamentally different from sex, okay? So a woman who's activated, who's activated, whoever's listening to this, who's activated in your sensual and sexual energy, you're activating your purpose and your power with your pussy, which in turn is you being activated in your sensual and sexual energy, requires you to test your limits on things that you would never have done before, things you probably wouldn't have said before. I used to be uncomfortable saying the word pussy, but I say it so eloquently now. Pussy, 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 pussy. I'm seeing Grace. I'm seeing Grace Jones in Boomerang. I think Eddie Murphy was like, you can't say pussy out loud. And she was like, pussy, 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 pussy. Grace Jones, by the way, is a great example of being activated in your dark, divine, feminine energy, right? Very confident, very outspoken. And I'm not saying we need to go as wild, as Grace Jones. She was 444 on the clock right now, very fully aroused in every way you can possibly imagine. And she's had a great life. She's enjoyed her life. But I believe there's a balance between our dark and our light. Yeah. So those of us on this journey, we are balanced in our beauty and our beast. Grace Jones was just straight beast. Okay. I still enjoy being rather soft in my energy as well. But when you need to tap into that bag, okay, you want to have the capacity to do that whenever it's required. You want to have the capacity to tap into your beast whenever you need to. This is why we want to activate not only our beauty, but our beast. This is what makes us dangerous, because we're able to do both. So you're testing your limits. You test your limits on things you wouldn't have said before that you're saying now. You're testing your limits on writing things you wouldn't have written before. You're testing your limits on even writing. Maybe some of you feel guided to write a book. Maybe some of you are writing a book right now, and you're testing the limits of that. Things, you're writing in your book that you felt like you would have never had the courage or confidence to say, to write, let alone say, right? Some of you are testing your limits on relationships. Maybe some of you feel guided to date outside of your culture. That is testing your limits. This is what makes you a dangerous woman, because testing your limits grants you the authority to no longer create limits, right? If you no longer have limits, if you are willing to do, to go, to speak on, to write, to sing, right? Whatever it is that you're called to do, not only are you testing your limits, but you are bypassing them altogether. You're surpassing your limits. This makes you a very dangerous woman. By the way, you being a very dangerous woman makes you very, very magnetic and very attractive. People are drawn to dangerous women. Why? Because you have the courage and the confidence to do and say, speak on things that they don't. And so you become inspirational. It's like, wow, she said that. I've always thought that and I've always felt that, but she actually said it, right? This makes you magnetic. People are now drawn to you. This also makes you powerful, very, very powerful, because people are drawn to you. Okay. And they need to be drawn to you, because people being drawn to you is a part of your mission and your purpose. You need people to be drawn to you because they need to be a part of what it is that you are called to create and innovate. Right? On this journey, when you're on the dark night of the soul odyssey, you're isolated for some time. You're isolated because you're trying to remember who and what you are and why you came to this planet. Once you remember, it's time to come out of isolation, because you can't continue such a huge mission alone. You have to come out of isolation. And so when you come out of isolation and you're activated in your magnetism, people are supposed to be drawn to you. They're supposed to be magnetized to you. And the reason being is they're going to be a part of helping you fulfill what you're here to fulfill. helping you create what you've been guided to create, right? Let's keep going through these lyrics. So, don't need permission, make my decision to test my limits. Shouts out to you, Ariana, girl. You got some vocals, girl. We love it. Listen, because it's my business. God is my witness. Stop what I finished. Stop. I don't know that line. I think it says, I think it's supposed to be stop when I'm finished. But it says stop what I finished. Ariana, reach out, girl. What did you say in this part? Did you say stop when I'm finished or stop what I finished? I don't know. Let's keep going. Don't need no holder taking control. Don't need no holder taking control of this kind of moment. I'm locked and loaded, completely focused. My mind is open. Mm. Hmm. Taking control of this kind of moment. I'm hearing, you better lose yourself in the moment. You better own it. Better never let it go. You only got one shot. Do not miss your chance to. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. You better lose yourself in the moment. You better own it. Never let it go. Right? I'm locked and loaded, completely focused. My mind is open. Once you do this work in and on yourself, of course, your mind is open, baby. You've raised up that serpent kundalini fire and power up through your body to your crown, to your third eye, to your crown chakra, right? Your mind is open because you're able to see things from a different perspective physically, with your physical eyes and with your spiritual eye. Okay? Your mind is opened because that kundalini serpent fire cleared the path. That's what the phoenix fire does. It clears the path, burning everything in its path, making room for the new. Right? I want to go back to the definition. That was just the lyrics of the song, but I want to go back to the definition. There are obviously positive and negative connotations to being a dangerous woman. The positive connotations, fearless and empowered, a woman who is confident, honest, and unafraid to assert her own desires and power. Okay. Unafraid to assert her own desires and power. Obviously, when you activate, you're activating in your confidence. And fearless, for those of us on this journey, fearless doesn't mean you're not afraid of anything. Because to me, there's no such thing as being fearless, right? We need our fear. Fear is a part of our egos, just the way we need our egos. People say, get rid of your ego, get rid of your fear. There's no fucking way you can get rid of your fear or your ego. You are in a human body, and it comes with feeling the emotions of fear and ego. You need those things to survive. If we were in the wild, getting chased by lions and tigers and bears, oh my, you best believe that your fear better come into place. You better not be trying to go up to no beast or no lion, talking about something, here, kitty, kitty. Oh, hi. Oh, yes. Okay. What do you think will happen? Okay. So your fear is needed. So we cannot be fearless. That's impossible. Nor do we want to be fearless. Okay. You need that. You need your fear. And so for those of us on this journey, we have had to face many fears, all of our fears, all of our fears. If you are listening to this, if you are subscribed here, if you have felt guided to subscribe here, you have had to face every fear you've ever had. I know I did. I have faced every fear I've ever had, not because I wanted to, okay, but because when you're called on the journey of the dark night of the soul odyssey to come into your power and your purpose, to get through that, the shadows, and the shadows is everything that you fear. It's the monsters underneath your bed. You've got to face those things and become one with them. I'll tell you one of my biggest fears. I'll tell you two of them. There were three. There were three big fears that I had, and I've had to face them all. But one of them was being broke. All right. One of them was being broke. Baby, if I hadn't faced that fear over and over in my life, had to face it over. I mean, when I tell you one of my biggest fears, and it was the biggest thing that has been on my journey of activating in my power and in my purpose, being broke, right? I'm a Taurus. Okay. I'm a Taurus. We don't do well with being having financial constraints. We don't do well at all. I am a sign that is ruled by the material world. I'm ruled by Venus, the planet of luxury, material possessions, love. Another fear was being alone, right? Face that too. I actually chose singlehood for a very long time when I was on the Dark Night of the Soul Odyssey. So when I tell you, you face your fears, right? Okay. So it isn't about becoming fearless. It isn't about being fearless. This is not what makes you a dangerous woman. What makes you a dangerous woman is that you had the desire, the confidence, the will to face your fear, to face your fears. This doesn't make you fearless. This makes you confident. This makes you powerful. So again, being a dangerous woman has nothing to do with being a fearless woman. What makes you a dangerous woman is that you had the will to face your fears. Okay? Facing your fears made you an empowered woman. You are now powerful because you faced your fears. This is what makes you empowered. Because all of our powers, yes, come from facing our fears, but it comes from the monsters underneath our bed. When I talk about raising up and conjuring your demons, facing your demons is conjuring your demons. Facing your demons is becoming friends with the monsters underneath your bed. All your powers, okay, are with your demons in your underworld. This is how you become empowered, facing your demons, making them your friends. The other positive connotation that I like being a dangerous woman, for those of you on this journey, you are definitely dangerous women. Charming and captivating. Of course. Of course, right? We talked about this before. When you activate, you are charming your serpent kundalini snake up, which makes you charming, right? Your serpent, your wise serpent, you've charmed it, and now it's charming through you, right? You're captivating audiences. The influence you have on people is captivating. Your voice is captivating. The way you walk, talk, smell, the way you taste captivates. The way you look captivates audiences. When you step out on, again, many of you are called to be in the public eye, to be front and center. Whatever your mission is, whether you're a speaker, a singer, maybe you do hair, makeup. I've said this stuff before. Maybe you are a teacher. Maybe you're a tarot reader. Maybe you do something in the spiritual realms. Okay. You'll be called to be out in the forefront. You're called to be congresswomen, congressmen. You're called to be out in the forefront. And when you step out, what you say, what you do, how you carry yourself, how you move is captivating. And this isn't about perfection. Okay. You're captivating because your light is turned on. There's this glow about you. There's this magnetism about you. Again, like moths to flames, burned by the fire. Spirit wants me to reiterate that burned by the fire part. They're burned by the fire. The parts of them that are burned by the fire are the parts of them that are inauthentic. The masks that they've worn, people that are burned by your fire, either they're burned by your fire burning the masks away, or they're burned by your fire because they refuse to do the work in and on themselves. 4, 5, 6 on the clock. As I say, there's been quite a bit of synchronicities during this episode. So this is an alignment for many of you. Okay. Your light is turned on. You could be wearing a potato sack and you will be attractive, captivating, magnetic. Oh, I read a story about Marilyn Monroe once where people were saying that the only reason why she was haters were saying that the only reason why she was so beautiful, the only reason why they thought she was so beautiful, or the world thought she was so beautiful, was because she wore designer clothes. And so what she did was went out and bought a whole bunch of potato sacks, a whole bunch of potatoes. And she had somebody design, a dress for her out of potato sacks. And she wore it to a live event, performance or something like that. And this is a part of turning your pain into power. When people are talking shit about you, saying certain things like that. You know who else is good at doing this? Taylor Swift. I forget what was the name they were calling her. They were saying something about her. So she ended up making merch with that name on there, and then it sold and made her millions. Beyonce does the same thing. People say shit about it, and she goes and write a song about it and makes her millions. Same thing Marilyn Monroe did. She bought the potato sacks, had somebody sew up a dress, and she put it on, showed up, made her millions. Made her even more loved, even more respected, because she's able to own up to the bullshit that people try to say about her. Part of being an alchemist, that is turning your pain into power, right? That is turning painful things people have tried to say about you into power. The reason why I made an episode about the Alchemity cult and how being a part of the cult, the Alchemity cult, is powerful and sexy, okay, and in alignment with God, is because people said that our community is a cult. And I said, okay, let's do an episode. You're right. We are. This is why. Once you look up the definition of cult, you'll see that any organized group of people working towards the same goal, whether that be a football team or a church, they are all cults too. A cheerleading team, cult. Football team, baseball team, cult. Any group of people gathering together, working towards a goal or believing in the same thing is a cult. Right? You got to look shit up. This is how you turn your pain into power. That's why I made that episode, right? This makes you a dangerous woman when you're able to laugh in the face of bullshit that people have tried to say about you. It makes you a dangerous woman to turn some shit that people have said about you into merch and sell it, into a song and sell it. Adele wrote a whole album from heartbreak, painful experience, made her a star. That makes her a dangerous woman. This also makes you a very dangerous woman. Something about something about you, right? And that something about you is your activated Kundalini serpent fire power that you've risen up. So, if this is your story, if this sounds like you, I want to see it in the comments. Put it in the comments. I am a dangerous woman. And now you know why. Anyway, hope this resonated with you. If you did, make sure to like this. Y'all, get our community up in the algorithm. Get us up in the algorithm. Something is going on with the numbers and all that kind of shit. I don't really like to focus on the algorithm type of stuff. I just like to focus on my craft, on my work here. I like to focus on the messages I'm supposed to be giving you. But because I see some heinous something's going on behind the scenes as far as the numbers and the numbers of subscribers that our community has had, all right? That means we are somehow getting pushed out of the algorithm. That means you all aren't liking, you aren't clicking that like button. If it resonates with you, don't take long to click a like button. Do that, okay? Especially if you want to see more, click like, okay? Make sure you're sharing this too. Get it in the algorithm so other colony members or people who resonate with being on the journey of the activated alchemist and chosen one can find these messages, okay? Also, don't forget to get your copy of Activate. It's on Amazon in paperback or ebook. If you're new to these ideas about coming into your power and your purpose and your pussy, start with the book. It's a very good place to start and study, okay? For those of you who are ready to activate your dangerous woman energy, if you're ready to be in your dangerous woman era for your mission and your purpose, okay? Activating your dangerous woman energy with your beauty and your confidence, okay? Email me if you're ready to work one-on-one. One-on-one exclusives are now available. I don't have anything until November. I have a couple clients that I'm working with in October. Schedule is full. Reach out to me for November, okay? One-on-one exclusives with me is 4 weeks long. The first 3 weeks, we go through flicker, flame, and fire. And that fourth week, we combine everything you learned in those first 3 weeks, and you're going to bring it online in that fourth week, okay? We will have a video chat. I will decide if you are a good fit for what I offer in one-on-one. If you are a good fit, we will move forward. I'll tell you right then. If you're not a good fit, I'm going to let you know right then. I had a young woman I got on a conference call with, and she says to me, well, I activated myself and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. I said, well, what the hell do you need me for? Why you wanted to work one-on-one with me? If you're already activated, you don't need me. Get off my phone so I can make room for those this is meant for, okay? Working one-on-one with me is intense. We do deep dives from the very beginning. We go right into your root chakra. We go right into your shadows and we bring all that stuff that you're afraid of. We're going to face it head on, because the things that you're afraid of are the things you're really supposed to be doing and activating in. That's it in a nutshell. Okay. But we're going to dive deep. We're going to figure out what those things are. When you work one-on-one with me, your spiritual guides also speak through me. You're going to be having dreams and visions, things that you're going to need to share with me as we're communicating. In the 4 weeks that we're together. Okay. I'm going to be interpreting a lot of those dreams and visions that come to you, letting you know what your spiritual guides are telling you. Working with me one-on-one is intense. It's a lot of work for me because I'm an empath. So I'm channeling information and wisdom for you. All right. It's not easy for me to work one-on-one because it's taxing on me energetically, because I'm an empath and I'm channeling spiritual knowledge for you. I'm even having dreams about you as well. When we work one-on-one together, I take you to my spiritual guides. I have you in a meditation circle with me and my candles, talking to my spiritual guides and your spiritual guides for the wisdom to help you. So we don't play over here. If you are serious about working one-on-one, then reach out to me. This is not working one-on-one with me is not for the faint of heart. Email me if you're ready. Okay. I'll see y'all. I'll speak to y'all in the next episode. Ciao for now. You make me feel like a dangerous woman. Something about you. Ciao.